Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in La Jolla. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Thursday, June 4th. You'll be interested to know, 86 years ago, today in 1940, a remarkable operation evacuated hundreds of thousands of soldiers from Dunkirk's beaches as civilian and naval vessels worked together to rescue the British Expeditionary Force and other Allied troops. That extraordinary evacuation preserved a core of trained forces and boosted national resolve, allowing Britain to regroup and continue the fight against the invasion threat. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Thursday in La Jolla. This morning it's looking clean with 3+ feet waves rolling in. Conditions will shift to fair as the wind picks up to sideshore at 5 miles per hour by 8 a.m. Expect the waves to become choppy by 9 a.m. as the wind increases to sideshore at 6 miles per hour. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with a 0-foot low tide, when the southwest swell is 2 feet at 14 seconds, and the sideshore wind is 4 miles per hour. The nearshore buoy in Scripps in La Jolla reads 67 degrees for the water temperature. Friday features waves around 4 to 6 feet with fair conditions early, but choppy conditions develop as winds increase from the south. Saturday maintains similar size at 4 to 5+ feet, though choppy conditions persist in the afternoon as winds shift onshore. Sunday sees a slight drop in size to 3 to 5 feet, but cleaner conditions return, making it the most favorable day of the period. This morning, it's cloudy and it feels like 65 degrees with 5 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:56, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:40. It looks like we're in for a partly sunny day with a high near 69 and a light south breeze around 8 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 72. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a low around 63 and light winds around 5 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather, Friday will be partly sunny with a high near 68 and a south wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday is mostly cloudy with a high near 67 and a low around 61 overnight. Then Sunday returns to partly sunny with a high near 68 and a low near 60 Sunday night. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the North Park Music Fest on Saturday, June 6th, is expected to draw more than 5,000 fans of local bands to the Uptown neighborhood. Executive Director Chad Matkowski says, "This festival is more than a music event. It's a celebration of the creativity, culture, and community that makes North Park special." The festival runs from noon to 1:45 a.m. at various venues, featuring artists like Frankie and the Witch Fingers and Cut Chemist. A free community stage at North Park Mini Park will host performances from noon to 7 p.m. Festival wristbands are $25 ahead of time, increasing to $35 on the day of the event. Now on to sports. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is not ready to adjust the league's 65-game rule just yet. Speaking ahead of Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and New York Knicks, he defended the rule requiring players to compete in at least 65 games to be eligible for end-of-season awards. "I think the rule is working," he said. This rule encourages star players to compete more often instead of resting due to injuries. While it has faced criticism, Silver remains content with the current standard. "I'm not ready to support a change yet," he added, as the current collective bargaining agreement runs through the 2029-30 season. In local sports, the Padres are back in Philadelphia this morning for Game 3 of this series. Lucas Giolito takes the mound against Zack at 10:05, and honestly, this is a must-win situation. San Diego has dropped 4 straight overall in 8 of their last 10 games. 32-28, they're treading water in the NL West, while the Dodgers keep winning. Yesterday's 3-2 loss was tough. Walker Buehler pitched well for 6 innings, but the offense couldn't generate anything against Phillies starter Christopher Sanchez. Ty France had 2 hits, but it wasn't enough. The good news? This is exactly the kind of game where things can turn around. A day game, a chance to salvage this road trip, and a pitcher's duel that could go either way. Giolito has been solid and Wheeler is dominant, but the Padres have seen plenty of his stuff already. They need run support early and clean baseball. One win keeps them alive in this series and stops the bleeding before they head home. In top news, at least 363 cases and 62 deaths have been confirmed in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. A deadly Ebola outbreak is continuing to spread across the country, with global health officials warning that we are still behind. As of Wednesday, cases have spread to Mombasa, suggesting the virus is continuing to expand geographically. The outbreak had a big head start, and we are still behind. But we're catching up, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said. Public health response is ramping up, although contact tracing remains weak. Identifying contacts is challenging, especially with distrust in authorities and the stigma around Ebola. In business news, Bitcoin prices fell to their lowest levels since early April on Tuesday, after a decline spurred by crypto treasury company Strategy, selling a small amount of its Bitcoin holding intensified. Traders on prediction market platform Kalshi think the cryptocurrency has more room to fall in its current crypto winter. There is a nearly 80% chance that the flagship cryptocurrency's price will fall below $60,000 in 2026. That would mean Bitcoin hitting a new low, tumbling below February's levels. Bitcoin prices are off more than 45% since their highs of more than $120,000 last October. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 4.5% to about $63,000. Ethereum is down 2.5% to just under $1,800. And XRP is down 1.5% to $1.19. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. Daddy longlegs may be capturing and devouring frogs in the tropical forests of South America. These arachnids have been observed eating frogs, suggesting they may be predators of vertebrates. A new study reports daddy longlegs devouring live frogs larger than themselves. Finding these animals eating live frogs was a complete surprise, said Luis Fernando Garcia, a biologist at the University of the Republic in Uruguay. Jose Valdez, an ecologist in Germany, emphasized that predation by arthropods on vertebrates is quite common. The new paper, published in April, compiled reports of harvestmen eating frogs around their body size. The researchers noted these arachnids may hunt resting frogs with their strong front limbs. And in entertainment news, Apple Television's new crime thriller reboot has officially surpassed Martin Scorsese's original film in one key way. 35 years ago, Scorsese's movie was an instant hit, grossing 5 times its budget. The story follows a lawyer who faces vengeance from a convict he imprisoned. This week, the series titled Cape Fear premieres on Apple Television. The show features Anna, played by Amy Adams, and Tom Bowden, played by Patrick Wilson, as attorneys threatened by brutal killer Max Cady, played by Javier Bardem. Critics report an 80% score on Rotten Tomatoes, higher than the 1991 film. Collider's Tania Hussein praised its compelling storytelling. However, Nick Shager from the Daily Beast criticized it as an F-grade affair. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the British Prime Minister during World War II, Winston Churchill. And he said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in La Jolla.